What's the worst thing that ever happened to you just for looking at the wrong person? I was asking for my usual caramel latte in the cafeteria when everything went to hell. This guy walked in wearing a blue sweatshirt and the way he moved reminded me so much of my brother Ethan, who had disappeared 3 years ago. My heart started racing. Ethan vanished during a camping trip, and we never learned what happened. The man ordered his coffee and turned around, and that's when I froze. He had the same crooked nose and the same dimple on his left cheek. For a moment, I truly thought my brother had come back. But then I noticed the girl sitting with him glaring at me like she wanted to kill me. She had blonde hair and long acrylic nails that looked sharp enough to cut skin. Suddenly she shot up from her chair so fast it screeched against the floor. Before I could even react, she was in my face, screaming about how I was staring at her man. I tried to back away, but she grabbed a fistful of my hair and yanked me forward. My coffee went flying, spilling all over someone's laptop. I tried to explain, but she didn't care. The first punch landed directly in my eye and I saw stars. I'd never been in a fight before. I didn't know how to protect myself. She clawed at me with her nails, leaving deep scratches on my cheek. I covered my face, but she was relentless, like a wild animal. Other customers were shouting at her to stop, but she kept swinging. Her boyfriend just stood there calmly sipping his coffee, as if he was watching TV. Finally, someone pulled her off me, but not before she kicked me hard in the ribs. I was left on the floor, covered in coffee and blood, my eyes swelling shut, the taste of copper in my mouth. The barista was calling 911 while an older woman pressed napkins to my face. The police arrived first and arrested her immediately. She kept screaming that I was trying to steal her man and that I deserved it. Paramedics came and said I had to go to the hospital because of my eye. By then, the left side of my face was throbbing and I could barely see. The doctors ran tests and the news wasn't good. The blow had permanently damaged my eye. I lost about 40% of my vision in it. I also had 3 broken ribs and needed 12 stitches on my face, all because I glanced at someone who reminded me of my missing brother. 2 days later, a nurse brought flowers with a note from her boyfriend. He wrote that he was sorry, but his girlfriend had just been upset because he cheated on her again the night before. He actually wrote again like it wasn't even a big deal. The nurse said it was the 7th time he'd cheated, and every time she went crazy. I threw the flowers straight into the trash. My parents hired a lawyer. The girl faced assault charges and we also sued her civilly. With all the witnesses, medical records, and security footage from the cafeteria, the case was airtight. The criminal trial came first. She was sentenced to 6 months in prison and 3 years probation, and she was ordered to pay all my medical bills. It turned out she'd already been arrested twice before for attacking other women she thought were looking at her boyfriend. The civil case was even easier. We sued for $50,000 in damages for pain, suffering, and permanent vision loss. Her lawyer tried to argue that I provoked her by looking, but the judge shut it down immediately. The jury deliberated for less than an hour before awarding me the full amount. I still struggle with my left eye and get frequent headaches. My scars have mostly faded, but in the right light you can still see them. I never found out whether that man was connected to Ethan or if he just looked like him. But in the end, I got $50,000 and she walked away with a criminal record. Now when I order coffee, I make sure not to look at anyone for too long.